It looks like another Hollywood actor needs to have their hard drive checked. LeVar Burton's threatening to beat moms up for not wanting, we'll just say, very 18 plus content being in small children's hands. That's right. If you're a parent and you don't want your kids reading explicit materials and being told to make sure the adults get what they need, he wants to beat you up. Star Trek actor LeVar Burton threatens to physically assault members of Moms for Liberty who don't want small children reading explicit material in school libraries. Has zero place. Zero place whatsoever. And normally I'd say, well, not normally, because now I don't say that, but back in the day, would have been tagging the FBI saying, do you think you could check this person's hard drive? Now I think they just all have a circle jerk with it. But anyway, I've got the video right here. So let's not exaggerate what he said. Let's actually listen to what he said.
Before we get going, are there any Moms for Liberty in the house? Moms for Liberty? No? Good. Then hands will not need to be thrown tonight. Before we get...
And let's be honest, this dude does not throw hands. I doubt he even throws his own garbage away, this privileged little shit. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into the article. LeVar Burton, known as his role for Geordi LaForge in Star Trek, and presenting the children's show Reading Rainbow on PBS. Yep, someone needs to check his hard drive. Recently threatened to physically assault members of Moms for Liberty. According to Publishers Weekly, LeVar Burton hosted the National Book Awards and opened the ceremony by stating, we just watched the video, skip that. It's unclear why Burton threatened Moms for Liberty, but Burton did recently give an interview with Esquire that was published the same day his remarks were given at the National Book Award. The interview, he was asked, in all your advocacy work, do you hear anything from young people affected by book bans? He responded, here's the thing. I think it's the responsibility of the adults in the room to advocate for those kids, because in many cases, they don't know what they're missing. The fuck are they missing by those books, LeVar? The fuck are they missing? God, wood chipper. And they won't know what they're missing because they won't get it, because these people in some cases are being successful. Wood chipper, go burr. So he also added, one of the things I'm most thrilled about is that hardly any candidates backed by Moms for Liberty won their races. There are bright spots, but these are people who would rather children not know the truth. The truth of what? That you belong in a wood chipper? Those kids will never know what they're missing, but it's our job to stand up for them, to be their voices and their advocates. That's what being an elder in this society means to me. You have no place in what someone else's child reads. You have zero fucking place. And the fact that you're going after these people, threatening to beat the shit out of women, how very right-wing of you. LeVar Burton wants to beat women. Isn't that what all the feminazis say right-wing men want to do? Fuck. According to the Moms for Liberty website, what the organization opposes is sexually explicit material in school libraries. Their website notes they oppose books in school libraries that have graphics showing sex acts, not in medical educational way, extreme profanity, detailed description of masturbation. I can't say some of those words. So if you want to read it, I can make this full screen, can I? There we go. I'll just highlight where I'm at and what they're trying to get out of the public libraries and schools. All right, now we're resuming the video. I hope you paused it and read all that. Speaking with Newsweek last November, Moms of Liberty co-founder Tiffany Justice told the outlet, "We're not looking to ban any books." She then referenced calls for Supreme Court Justice Coney Barrett book to be canceled. What's her book about? I'm going to read. Okay. Fuck. There were people that don't want the book to be published. That's banning books. Our moms are saying, write the books, publish the books, print the books, sell the book, wherever you'd like to sell it, but don't put it in a public library if it has explicit sexual content in it. That is absolutely fair. But then again, at this point, if your kids are still in public schools, you get what you fucking deserve. I'm sorry your kids are going to be screwed up mentally for the rest of their lives if you keep them in public schools. But at this point, it's time for you, everyone who's a parent, to yank their kids out of public schools, do whatever is necessary, because this shit. The organization also responded to Burton's threat, writing on Twitter, American Moms Weep is a childhood favorite. Reading Rainbow calls for physical attacks against us because we are protecting the innocence of our children. Burton is no stranger to the insane comments and threats such as this one back in 2021. He claimed that cancel culture was misnamed and should instead be called consequence culture. Consequence culture of someone trying to put this into kids' heads and take advantage of them. You know what the consequences of that are, Burton? How about we have a little talk about what those consequences are? During an appearance on The View, Burton was asked by the Dr. Seuss estate, discontinuing 6 of their books. He said, "It's interesting because I just, for the Seuss Foundation, did a voiceover for a video that they have put together to remind us that Dr. Seuss is more than simply a company that decided to put a couple books on the shelf to take them out of that rotation. The man, Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss, is responsible for generations of wholesome, healthy, wonderful, imaginative, creative content for children of all ages, and I think we need to put things into perspective." And now comes the commie sentiments. He goes on to say, "I think that there are good signs that are happening in the culture right now, and I think it has everything to do with a new awareness of people who were simply unaware of the real nature of life in this country for people who have been othered since this nation began." The fuck are you talking about? You are literally a rich, famous black man who runs around, is propped up by the media, and can do whatever the fuck you want. But you're saying you're another. Okay. Burton also previously indicated he assumes the worst in white people no more than they do of him. Well, I didn't assume the worst until you started talking like this. Now I think you belong in a wood chipper. All right, so here's the Twitter post. Is it possible that you just assume the worst about white people due to their race? He says, "No more than white people do me because of mine." Bruh, this dude is retarded. Like, there's no other explanation for this. Maybe that's why he was actually in Reading Rainbow. He actually didn't have any reading skills, and those were the highest level of books he could actually read. Like, that actually makes sense. He was so dumb. That was the only job he could do outside of Star Trek. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this wood chipper go burr guy. What do you think? Leave them in the comments section. While you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. But until the next one, guys, don't be like LeVar Burton. Be easy like Sleazy.